are on the site of the castle.
And it was the first time the Beatles had really stopped being semi-professional almost.
Look at that.
Absolutely fascinating.
That's what you do. You buy these planes that cost money and make a difference in it. But we never do that.
Never complains, gets up, gets on with a smile on his face.
You just want you to sit in your chair and go, hip hip hooray, for the Western press and the Western narrative. You dare dictate me the same old, every single day, without this. If you haven't seen it before, please watch the first series, the first 2 episodes, the second series. Stallone. Good morning, everyone, or just the one, or whoever's there with me today. Film buffs. You've got to be careful when you say film buffs. It could come out something different. You go, hang on a minute. But anyway, it's I've got a few films to recommend, and the good ones. They really are the good ones. There's one film, and it's a thriller. These are on YouTube, you know. These are on YouTube. There's one film that I don't normally like this fella, Kurt Russell, but he's good in this, and it's called Breakdown. It's a cracking film. It really is. I watched it the other day. You know, just okay. But anyway, put it on. It's about a couple on the way to another state for a job. You know, he's going to a new job, and he's in this car. You know, and he's just driving along, him and his wife, and then it starts. He's going through a desert. He has to go through a desert to get where he's going, if you know what I mean. You know, could be Nevada, I don't know. And he's going through this desert, you know, to get to this other state. And it's good. It's good. He breaks down. He pulls into a garage. And he's getting petrol, obviously. He's getting petrol. And the next, you know, his wife goes in and she buys some, you know, whatever she buys, a couple of things for the little journey. And he goes in, pays, gets in the car, they drive off. They drive a few miles down the road, and then they break down. And that's where it starts. It's really good. It really is. So I highly recommend that if you want to watch a thriller. Breakdown. There's also another one on YouTube, and I mentioned this before. Whether anyone's seen it, I don't know. And that's called Under Suspicion. Under Suspicion with Gene Hackman. Brilliant in it. And Morgan Freeman. It really is good. It's a fantastic film. Gene Hackman, whatever he's in, you know, fantastic. Fantastic. Now, as you know, I've said this before, I've watched a couple of modern day films. There's only two modern day ones, which is brilliant, in my opinion, and that's Knox Goes Away. It's on YouTube, but it's under a different title, like A Killer's Memory or something like that. Michael Keaton. It's absolutely brilliant. Get onto it. Modern day, real one, right? Modern day. And the other one is Nobody, but that's not on YouTube. Nobody, you have to search that. It's a cracking film. Nobody. You know, like someone saying, I'm a nobody. Just goes to work, does this, does that, goes home, puts the bins out, goes to work, you know. So that's what he's like, this fella. Little family. He's got a wife and two children. Well, one's at high school, the lad. And the little girl, little daughter, she's at school. But anyway, it's a cracking film. Nobody. So they're two, you know, modern day ones, because the rest is woke. I will not watch woke. I will not watch them. That's why I'm looking at old films and whatever. So that thriller, Breakdown, is really good. Watch it. Try and catch it. It's on YouTube. Breakdown with Kurt Russell. It really is good. Just excuse me a moment. I've got to wet these bloody glasses. Right, that's better. Yeah, so Breakdown, get onto it. I'm going to recommend a couple of old films. A couple of old films. You know, one of them, there's a couple of war films, war ones. No wokeism in it at all, you know. And well, 3 war films. One is The Battle of the River Plate. Again, it's on YouTube. The Battle of the River Plate, true story. And the other one, also on YouTube, with a stellar cast. Stellar cast is in Battle of the River Plate, by the way. Great cast. And the other one is A Bridge Too Far. Unbelievable film, true story again. It's a true story. And, you know, when you see this, you know, you look at the blame game. You look at the blame game, why it failed. And who I blame. I know who I blame. A Bridge Too Far. Cracking film. Great acting. Great stars in it. Great stars in it. So that's that one. The other film, like, it's a little propaganda one. And it's a cracker. And the old veterans are in it. You will recognise them. And it was made in 1941. So obviously it's a propaganda one. But it's brilliant. And it's called The Way Ahead. The Way Ahead. It's a really good British propaganda film. It has to be propaganda simply because we were at a war with Nazi Germany. You know me about the Nazis. For this fella there. John Wick. I love the Wick boy. great. I love the Wick franchise. And these on YouTube. Like Mission Impossible. YouTube as well. I think I'm going to sneeze. I think I am. Less little bypass. So, John Wick, they're all there. I'll tell you the other films, British ones that I watch. There's a couple of 39 Steps. But I like the one, because I think this fella's a great actor, one of the most underrated, Kenneth Moore, in John Buchan's 39 Steps. And Kenneth Moore plays a great part of Hanny in the 39 Steps. And the stalwart actors in that too. That's a very good film. No wokeness, no nothing. Pure, unadulterated entertainment. Adapted from the novel of the 39 Steps. John Buchan's 39 Steps, great. So that's one. That's one. You could even, there was a television series, a television film that it's not a television series, but it's a television adaptation. And that's where Rupert, what's his name? Rupert Everett. No, it's not Rupert Everett. I forget his name. He's got one of these big long names. And that's a cracker as well. I watched that. And he's good in it. He's really good. Oh yeah, so we're saying good morning to Richard Dawkins. Morning, Frank and chat. Morning, Richard. Hope you're well. We're all waiting for the snow, aren't we? The snow is about to appear tomorrow. And the way they're saying it, there's an amber thing right over, and Richard will be made up with this because it's over Anfield. And I might, to be honest, it could get postponed because it's going to be centimetres thick, the snow. And if it's coming down heavy, it'll get postponed. The game. Just like others. Getting postponed. So I think our Man United fan Richard will be absolutely delighted. IBR. Morning, John Franco. Washing my windows so my neighbours are hearing the Carlyle show on full blast. Washing my windows. Oh, good. Yusuf. So we could have 2 games in hand against 2 of our fierce rivals, yeah. Man U and Everton, yeah. Yeah. And Richard says, I hope the snow comes at 4:30 tomorrow. God, blimey. It has to be, doesn't it? It has to be. Snow. You don't get a white Christmas, but you get like a white January. Yusuf says, that's annoying. Best time to play these lots. Well, it's just sitting there like, oh. And as IBR says, with that little gift. The little gift. But it's surprising, isn't it? The way weather can change things. Because as Yusuf says, He's a big red, and he says the best time to play them, and it is. It is. Because they're in the doldrums, and you're getting the United fans on Amarim's back. But anyway, that's football for you. That's football. Whether we play tomorrow, it's 50-50, isn't it? It depends on the snow, actually. All the snow could fall on the new Everton ground, on the dock, and leave Anfield alone. I know there's heating, isn't there, under the pitch. That could melt it, but it's not the point. It's the travelling fans getting there. If it's heavy snow, and if it's being played in heavy snow, if you know what I mean, coming down, that's what's forecast. Well, that's it. Enough about football. Let's carry on about films. So anyway, as I said, there's only 2 films, modern day films. I mentioned it at the beginning, and that's Nobody. But it's not on YouTube. You'd have to stream it somewhere along the line. Nobody, that's all it's called. Get it? Fantastic. And the other one is, again, this is on YouTube, but under a different title. The proper title is Knox Goes Away. You stream that, Knox Goes Away. Michael Keaton, fantastic film. Knox, K-N-O-X, as in the name, Knox Goes Away. The title of the YouTube, I don't know why they changed the titles. The title of the YouTube one is, Knox Goes Away, that is A Killer's Memory. A Killer's Memory. Believe you me, it's fantastic. No wokeness, no inclusions, no nothing. Just a straightforward film. A straightforward film. Do you know what? I've got to say this. Do you know when you watch YouTube, that there's about actors, say like who earns the most money, and other things like when they died and what they died of, things like that. Gives you the big list. Well, I've watched some of them, and it said this one. I only watched it the other day, and it said about the gays of Hollywood, going right back to the day. And obviously Rock Hudson's there, and James Dean, and but we know about them. But when I went right back, at the start, and I was coming up, and when they died and that, it's at Michael Redgrave. Michael Redgrave. And I thought, I'm not having that. I am not having that. So to a comment, I said, are you people, Americans there, I said, are you people having a laugh at Michael Redgrave? Putting him up as a gay. I've got nothing against gays, don't get me wrong, but he wasn't gay. And who else? Who else did they have up as a gay? A fella by the name of Michael Constantine. Now, Michael Constantine, that might resonate with you, but you've seen him loads of times on films and things like that. Michael Constantine. Anyway, this fella put up, he must have been an American, obviously. He said, Michael Constantine. He said, I knew him. I knew the man, and he wasn't gay. Why are you putting up these things? So I was made up with that, so I wasn't the only one who commented on it, a certain actor. So, you've got to be careful about, about YouTube and what you see and things like that, especially if people are dead. People are dead. But you do know, like others, and some surprised ones, actually. Oh, I didn't know that. Mind you, when you say, like, whoa, I didn't know that, he might have been, just like Michael Redgrave. And what's the other one? There was something else. And a concerned, I said, he's Indian. He's Indian, this fella. Oh, what was it? It was something to do with Ben Kingsley, something like coming up and whatever. And I said, he's Indian. Oh, what was it? Forget what it was. Forget what it was, I'm sorry. And I got comments. I said, he's Indian. He's not American. So you've got to be careful. Richard Dawkins, yes, Frank, but being married to one, I can tell you that Americans are not the sharpest knife in the toolbox. See, I've always said this. I think you'd agree with me, Richard. Excuse me. Sorry about this. It's just that, when you want to sneeze and it's there and it won't come out. I mean, the sneeze won't come out. Excuse it anyway. 80% of Americans haven't a clue. 20% have. And I'm not. Look, I'll give you an example of this. I went to. I was married, and I went to Italy. Always went to Italy, and I went to Florence. I love Florence. Florence is my second favorite city. Rome is my favorite. Anyway, goes there, Florence. And I goes into the Santa Croce Church. And in the Santa Croce Church, you've got the likes of the tombs of Dante, Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, popes, Machiavelli. And I'm in awe of this. And I'm going, Santa Croce in this piazza. And I'm looking, just in awe. I was touching them. Anyway, I come out, still in awe. And she went and she was looking at some jewellery, like these gold shops. So I came and I sat down. And I went like that. I just sat down, just thinking, just sitting down, what I'd just seen. And next to me, there were two elderly Americans, a couple. So I started talking to him, this fella. I said, hello. He said, hello. And this fella apparently was a retired vice president of some major bank, like JP Morgan or someone like that. Yeah, it was. And I said, have you been in Santa Croce? Have you been in there? And he went, no. What was I want to go in there for? I said, and I mentioned the people I mentioned. I said, they're the tombs in there. That's where they are. He said, I don't want to. He said, I just want to get home. I just want to go back to States. He said, I've been to there. He said, you're from the UK? I said, yeah. He said, I've been there. Nothing for me there. That's what he said. Just like that. Nothing for me there. He said, here is old. I said, what do you mean old? He said, it's old. Look. He said, look at it. You can imagine what I said to her. And she came back and I was like, having a clue. And he was a vice president. And he couldn't wait to get back to the States because it's old. Nothing in the UK. Well, he said, I'll tell you another fact. Another fact. About our American friends. Sorry about this, Richard. Tell your wife that. I brought my students down to see Hamlet to Stafford. Excuse me. Brought them down there to see Hamlet with Kenneth Branagh. And they were all like, yeah, I'll go down there. Sorry about this. Sorry. Anyway, brings them down. A couple of funny things. Two funny things happened. Well, like that, you had the voice of Michael Hall there, saying, now the intermission, 10 minutes intermission, So anyway, our group went outside. Through this. Just bear me out on. So anyway, I'm going around, standing there, all the students are there. So I went like, listen, we better get back in. So anyway, I waited for everyone to go, and I'm like that, looking around, making sure that they all went in. So I walked over there, I couldn't get in. They just shut the doors and that's it. I couldn't get in. I was looking on the side. Hello. Hello. You can't shout, you say. Fucking hell. So anyway, I started to walk around through this. And I came, these like medieval things, the houses. And I got to the school of Shakespeare, where the scene his name used the knife, the way like students put it anyway. And I was walking along this thing, and it was beautiful. And there was this window open, small windows, and they were open. Honest, and I was looking in like that. I thought it was like a museum sort of thing, like Shakespeare's house. So I'm looking in like that. And all of a sudden, these two elderly people came in, a couple, with a tray and tea, and it was their house. They just made a cup of tea to sit down and have a cup. And I went, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Forgive me, And they said, do you want to come in and have a cup of tea? I said, no, you're not right. I said, I'm awfully sorry about that. Anyway, he gets up. and I sees this shop, and I goes into this. This is the climax of this, what I'm telling you. So it goes in, and there was this American lady in there, and I was looking for the postcard, a certain postcard or whatever, going, them things that go around. So I was going, and I was looking, and this lady, I heard this lady, this American, saying, and where is it? She was looking for Shakespeare's house, and she gave her, the assistant, the shop assistant gave her a little map. She said, it's there. This is Shakespeare's house there. You can't miss it. Just go out, go down, to a left, whatever she said to her. You can't miss it. Through this. So she says, thanks, and goes out. We're in. You won't believe what happens, honestly. Within a minute, the door, the door, when it opens and it bling, the little bell at the top, that jings. And she looked in, she never came right in. And she popped her head in and said, excuse me. And the girl went, oh, hello. And she said, will Will be at home? And the girl, she was flabbergasted. She went, oh, no, he's dead. Oh, okay. But of course, that's how it got, honestly. That's what happened. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Will Will be at home? True. Brilliant. Love it. Could write a bloody book. What happened? Chris. Greetings all. Good films I watched recently on YouTube. Jackie Brown again. And true story of Michael Collins. Yeah, Michael Collins is up. Yeah, with Liam Neeson. We're watching and classic NYPD full series and episodes back to back. NYPD. That was a very good series as well. It was. Give you that. Garvett's 66th friend. Hi, Frank. Hi, Garvett. How are you? I'm okay. I've got this. I don't know what I've fucking got. To be honest, I don't know what I've got. And I've got to go back to Aussie. So when they send for me, God knows when that is. Hope it's not feet first, to be honest. You know what I mean? So I've just got to wait for them now. Richard says, Stephanie never had a passport until she came here. Yeah, because there's only 10% of Americans who have passports. 10%. I always remember I was in Sorrento and I went to have a drink. And these young Americans, they were sitting there. Proper college Americans. And do you know the way you see them in films? Very boisterous. Oh, and all that. And, oh, I find it, and all this. And I was sitting at the, I was only on my own, I was sitting at the bar, And there was a fella, English, and he was sitting with his wife. And his wife was trying to talk to him, and these people, they were sitting outside, these young people, with beer, yeah, plenty beer, plenty beer, to the bar man. Very obnoxious they were, honestly. Oh, fucking hell. Anyway, this fella got up. And he walked over to them. And he just said to them, don't know where the fella came from. I don't know. He's English. He said, if you don't fucking shut up, he said, I'll scatter you all over the place one by one. Now keep it down. I'm trying to talk. My wife is trying to talk to me. And you're disturbing everybody. And he turned around to me and said, is he disturbing you? Are they disturbing you? And I went, yeah. Like that. Yeah. You're disturbing them and I'm fucking calm it down. He said, oh. And he did. They did. They all got up and got off. That's what I like. Galbert says, Frank has made a decision. Yeah, he's off. He's going tomorrow. If the game's postponed, he's going down to John Lennon International Airport and getting a private jet and flying off to Madrid. That's it, Galbert. And Richard says, Frank, here's a surprise for you. I've had a people that go away. Are you not kidding me, are you? Not one of these jokes. I don't like jokes like this, you see. Honestly, I don't like jokes like that. I've had a people earlier. That's brilliant, though. The only time I've ever seen the Pope is, you know, in the square, the Vatican Square. It comes out on the balcony. And that was Pope John the 23rd. No, it wasn't. Pope John the 2nd. Pope Paul the 2nd. Pope John Paul the 2nd. The Polish Pope. I always remember going in the Vatican, and I've been right to the top. You know, walking around. And I said, I'll never do this again. But I was made up that I'd done it. Go to the dome. You go up and go around, you know. It took me ages to get up there. You know, not just me, you know, just walk around, take photos and go back down. Because there's other people going around it. So anyway, it's genuine. I'm in a queue, and I was going in to see the tomb at the Pope. It was made up. Oh, so I'm in this queue. This is a few days later, by the way. This is a few days later. And I said, I'll never go up there again. So anyway, I'm in this queue for the tomb of the Popes. And you can't move. Once you're in that queue, you can't move. Very tight. So anyway, we went through this door, and I went, oh, it's familiar. Guess where it was? The door to the dome. I had to go up because you couldn't get out. And I walked around. Okay. Never got to see the tomb of the Popes. Me. It's me. They have no sense of history or world affairs. They haven't. This is why what's going on in Ukraine, they're not taking any notice. They're just taking notice of themselves. They're just taking notice of themselves. You know, you have a fellow by the name of Kellogg, General Kellogg. He's just been appointed advisor, you know, top military advisor to Trump. Hasn't a clue. Hasn't a clue. And he's a top general. Yet, you know, they're still winning, if you know what I mean. Haven't a clue. That's all I'm saying about it. This is a film show. I hope you haven't got that cold I had, Frank. No, I don't know what. No, I had this examination on Thursday. And I didn't realise the examination, what they did in, in hospital, spinal thing. I was thrown about, if you know what I mean. And I didn't realise, like last night during the pod, all these aches, from the examination. And like this morning, I went there and got a shower. So I'll have to get a shave. And I looked at the time, I can't even have a shave. So I just came in, brushed my teeth and that, and did this. Had a cup of tea, obviously. Just jumped up late. So I was doing this. And that's what's wrong with me. I've got all these things. My elbow, this elbow here, is absolutely killing me. Honestly, it's absolutely killing me. See, look, when I did my thing, when I fell, last week before, against the radiator, I've got the bruise, and it won't go away. That will not go away. And they examined that as well. And it's shocking what I'm going through. People don't realise the pain I'm in. But anyway, it's the way it is. It's the way it is, Somebody stands saying, "Are you Frank? Richard talking to?" Sorry, Richard, we aren't fans of. I'm not having that, please, Murray. This is about films. Stick to films, please. Please, okay. Richard says, "No, when my first wife was alive, I wrote to John Paul II and told him how my now dead wife was a Catholic and how I was a Protestant. And could we get an audience, not a private audience?" 1994. Wow. Wow. Richard says we were going to Rome that year. Well, that's it's very hard to get audiences with popes, unless you're a big statesman. Paul saying, "Morning, Frank, hope you're doing okay." Yeah, getting there. And Daryl, "Hey Frank, hope stream going okay and you feeling better, mate. There is a pitch inspection tomorrow morning. Game could be off. Love you, mate. Love you back, Daryl." And little Austin, of course, little boy. Edward, "Morning, Frank, Richard, and chat." Morning, Edward. And Richard says, "Edward, morning." So you see, I'm going to films now. I'm going to films. And films, I like British ones, but they have to grip me. They have to grip me, if you know what I mean. And there are some, as I said, have a look, it's on YouTube. Have a look at this propaganda one made in 1941, The Way Ahead. And it stars David Niven. Now, I always remember an old neighbour of mine, he's well gone now, going back years ago, and I said, "Oh, David Niven was in an interview." I said, "Did you see that interview with David Niven? Or he just died or something?" "Well, I don't like him. Never liked him." And I went, "Go away. Why?" He said he was a coward. I said, he was a coward. Well, what do you mean? He was a coward. He said he wouldn't come here and do films. So anyway, I put him right. I said, he wouldn't do films here. I said, are you having a laugh? He was getting mixed up. And this is for years he got mixed up with. Calling David Niven for everything. I said, do you realise he was nearly killed on D-Day? He joins his old regiment. He was an officer, David Niven. And he joins his regiment when Second World War broke out, his old regiment. I said, and he was nearly killed on the D-Day landings. He said, a bullet just went past his ear. He said, and the snapped his. He said, and he had tetanitis. He said, he was deaf for 2 days. Deaf for 2 days. He said, so, and he went, you sure? I said, yeah, I am sure. He was saying it. He said it. I said, you're getting mixed up. I said, how do you know that, about the things? And he said, because he was making films in Hollywood, and all of a sudden, when war broke out, when he realised war was going to break out, he became an American. I said, no. I said, you're getting mixed up with this Cary Grant. Cary Grant did that. Cary Grant wouldn't come over here. He was the coward. While other British lads, like Niven, came right by. Albeit Niven did do propaganda films to keep the home fires burning. That was David Niven, not Cary Grant. He stayed over there in America. Oh, I'm American now, because they were neutral at the time. And when Pearl Harbor happened in December the 7th, 1941, and all the Americans, even the American, like James Stewart, I don't like James Stewart. Can't stand his voice. But anyway, he was a pilot in the Second World War. There was loads of stars, who joined. He never. Now he was an American national. He never joined up. That's why he was a coward. He said, something wrong with his back and all that. What's the called? Daz. Big up, Frank. Darryl, Phil's downstairs. You've had some bad luck, Darryl. That's horrible. Ezra, did you know Dolores Cannon? Who's Dolores Cannon? Not Diane Cannon, is it? Who married Cary Grant? Oh, where? The leader was kid. Morning, Frank and chat. Morning, Lee. Everyone's going on about Darryl, bloody hell, Darryl. One thing after another says, Darryl, it's one thing. Come on now. Who's this? Who are you talking about being a psychic? She was also a psychic, Edward, with a good hit rate. Who's this? Oh, is that Doris one? I forget her name. Psychic. What are you going on about? I'm getting, say, look, it's getting Daryl and is it all talking together, so I can't fucking tell you, know, which is annoying. I don't know what you're talking about, unfortunately. Wasn't that Dorothy one, was it? What was her name? And she didn't predict her death, did she? She was a psychic. I don't know who you're talking about. Richard, she had a big following on YouTube. I haven't a clue who you're talking about. All the psychics. And... Yeah, Frank. Doris Stokes says the leader was kid. That was there, yeah. Doris Stokes. Yes. Get in there like that. These are the best grief for that. Whether it's films, football, or whatever. Fantastic. Even the knowledge of what's going on in the world today. Think of truth there. John Wick being John Wick. An older John Wick. I'm going to say, I put them down on my phone, these films. But the way I heard, there's also A Cottage to Let, which is on YouTube. Again, it's a propaganda film. And John Mills is in it. Young John Mills. Cottage to Let. Good. Millsy. Let's see. And when I mentioned about Michael Redgrave, you know, the added up that, you know, all these gay actors and how they put in, he's in a film with Margaret Lockwood, and I mentioned it, I think, last week. It's a cracking film called The Lady Vanishes with Dame May Whitty. And, you know, if you just want a nice, relaxing film on YouTube, The Lady Vanishes with Michael Redgrave and Margaret Lockwood. Margaret Lockwood is a total beauty. And as I said, the 39 Steps with Kenneth Moore. It's a smashing film. It's a gentle type of film, but exciting as well. It's really good. I like Kenneth Moore. I thought he was good. And as I said, The Bridge Too Far. If you want a stellar cast, A Bridge Too Far, incredible. And all real life. I always remember, was it Frost? I don't know who played Colonel Frost. Whether it was, because we haven't seen it, you see, really watch it. Whether it was Anthony Hopkins or Sean Connery. I don't know whether it was him who played Colonel Frost, but they all looked like. I remember Boy Browning, General Boy Browning. He called him Boy because he looked young than what he was. And he was played by Dirk Bogarts. And when you look at the original photos, they look like incredible. So yeah, you know, The Way Ahead is a cracking film. And it's colorized. YouTube, The Way Ahead. This is our Francine. She's old now. Hey, babe. Go on. What? Yeah. Is it? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Do me a favour, France. I'm doing a pod. I'm doing a TV and film. No, don't worry. Listen. I'll phone you. Okay. I'll phone you when I finish. Okay. All right. No, I'll phone you back. Okay. And answer the phone when I do phone back. Okay. See you later. Ta-ra. Ta-ra. It's awesome. Right. So, and another, if you like science fictions, what science fictions? If you like science fiction ones, uh, I think it's a cracking film, made in 1953. But there's always a theme behind it, and it was during the Cold War and communism. And what it is, it's called Michael Rennie, and it's the day the Earth stood still. The day the Earth stood still. It's really good. Really good. So that's that. Those are there. There was a follow up to the day the Earth stood still, and that was with Keanu Reeves years later. But there was a bit wokey in that as well. Not having that sort of thing. A couple of others as well. Let me get them. I did mention this last week. I was mentioning Jimmy Stewart thing. The Flight of the Phoenix, the original Flight of the Phoenix, again on YouTube. Brilliant. Fantastic film. Ernest Borgnine. Great stars in it, by the way. Great stars. Fantastic. And I mentioned this at the beginning, I think, Under Suspicion with the wonderful Gene Hackman and Morgan Freeman. Brilliant. Brilliant. And also Dying of Light. Dying of Light. Or of the Light. And what it is about a detective, it's a cracker. It's about a detective. And, he's in one place and he wants to go to another state, and he's got a family and he doesn't really want to go. It's his wife who wants to leave, where they're living at the time. Is it that one? Or am I getting mixed up? Anyway, it's great. I don't know if I'm getting mixed up because it's Nick Cage. And I don't know if I'm getting mixed up with Frozen Ground, which is a fantastic film. Frozen Ground with John Cusack. Great film it is. Frozen Ground. I don't think that's on YouTube, but that Dying of the Light is, where he plays another detective, Nick Cage. It's a good film. I remember watching it. I said, "Oh, that's a good film." So I haven't seen it since. And I'll tell you another mad little film not mad, good. And it's Liam Neeson, and it's called Air Marshal. Air Marshal. And he plays an air marshal on a plane, because they have these now, don't they, because of terrorism and all that. Couldn't do that with the 9/11 planes, could the air marshal or not? Anyway, Air Marshal's a good film, good little thriller. But as I said at the beginning, if you want a good thriller, and I mean, it's really good, is Breakdown, where a couple break down in the desert. It's really good. And Richard says, I didn't like the remake with Reeves. I didn't myself. It's too wokey for me, if you know what I mean. If you've seen the original. I thought John Mills in Ryan's Daughter was fantastic. Yes, he was. Got an Oscar for that. Did he get an Oscar? Yeah, he got an Oscar. He played a simple man, didn't he? Great cast that as well. Great cast. And Mary Stan says, Richard Dawkins, I like the Ramagan, yeah. Was it the Ramagan? That was the bridge, wasn't it? The bridge at Ramagan. It's called, wasn't it? Robert Vaughn plays a good role as the German officer on the bridge. Yeah, did you know that Robert Vaughn was a genius in real life? Yeah, Richard says Robert Mitchum and Trevor Howard. Trevor Howard was the priest, wasn't he? Absolutely brilliant. Who played the girl? She took her own life, unfortunately. Juliet, no. Oh, what was her name? She was great in it. I forget her name. I might get mixed up. I forget her name. Ryan's Daughter. But Robert the Mitch, powerful. Robert Mitchell, freezing, little Ansies. Freezing. Yeah, you do get films that are. Edward says, any good books about aliens? He's asking Richard. If you want a good alien film, and I suppose you've watched this, it's Extraterrestrial. And I've been waiting for, like, the fellas who made the Extraterrestrial. They were called the Vicious Brothers, and I've been looking, seeing if they made any more films, and unfortunately, they haven't. About aliens. Tell you the film to watch. And you get it on YouTube. And it's with what's his name? One of the Sheen brothers. Not Martin. Charlie Sheen. He's actually good on this. And it's called They Are Here. Or The Arrival or something like that. Let's see if I've got it marked down here. They haven't. Let's see. No, I haven't got it marked down. It's called They Are Here Anyway. Or they were something like that. Martin Sheen. They Are Here. Something like that. It's brilliant. It really is. It's a cracking film. Aliens. It just starts off where you see this. You just see this, all this green, and this woman walking through. She's got these heavy sunglasses up, like a, like a sort of, like a shield sort of thing, just ordinary sunglasses. And she's looking, and she's going, this is not right. Looking at like flowers and all this green, and she just puts her thing up like that. She's looking, and all of a sudden, you see it, and the camera just goes away from it. Right so. And she's in the middle of the Arctic. She's in the middle of it with all this green. Charlie Sheen. It's brilliant. It's a really good take on aliens. Ron Silver's in it as well. So if you want to watch a good film about aliens, there you go. There's another film that you can get about, dare I say, aliens. And John Carpenter made this. John Carpenter's a very good film director and writer. And he wrote a thing called They Live. They Live, and you can get that on YouTube. Yep, that one. They Live. It's good. About aliens. About aliens. They Live. So you've got a variety of films. But as I said, I'm starting to watch now older films, whether they're propaganda or what, but British. I like the likes of Hitchcock. Witness for the Prosecution. Is that on YouTube? Charles Lawton. Witness for the Prosecution. Excellent film. Excellent film. Charles Lawton. Great actor. So that's all. So how about that? All the films I've suggested. And has anybody watched the TV series The Outsider yet? Nobody watched it yet. It's good, But as I said, look, all you've got to do with The Outside, because I watched it the week before last, leading up to Christmas, again. Have a look, just watch the first 3 episodes and the last 2. Because in between them, you've got It's just the same rhetoric, to be honest. So The Outsider, Jason Bateman, first 3 episodes and the last 2. You'll enjoy it. You really will enjoy it. But it's the first 2 episodes and the last 3. I don't know. It's really good, though. Yeah. First 3, last 2. It's really good. And Richard says, Frank, I watched the bridge at Ramager over Christmas. Yeah, that Robert Vaughan was genius, absolute genius. It's like, I tell you who else was a genius. She was Austrian, actually, and then she was abused. That was, so I think I'm losing it, you know. I think I'm losing it. This one was beautiful, absolutely stunning. She was in like Samson and all that, a bit immature. Oh, you got a short name. She actually, what we've got today, like missiles, phones, mobiles, everything. She devised all that in the 40s and early 50s. She devised it. Wow, her name came to me. Her name came to me then. Stunning. I was watching, so I'm going back a few years ago, and Mussolini and Hitler, through this, they had film of her when she was in Austria, when she was not in America. And you see her running through a forest, naked. I see her, wow, through that, running through, and Hitler and Mussolini thought she was stunning, and she was stunning. And they had this little short film. I think Mussolini gave the big H film, a little short reel of her running through a forest, a wood, naked. I thought John Mills and Ryan's daughter was fun. Yes, of course. As would say, Signs is a great film, of course. Mel Gibson, yeah. Joaquin Phoenix, brilliant. Yeah, I watched that, says Richard Dawkins, when you told me a good film, low budget, but well made, yeah. Oh, you're talking about Extraterrestrial, yeah. Absolutely, Richard. Cracking film. Paul says, definitely recommend that film, Frank, is on about terrestrial. Brilliant, yes, Extraterrestrial. And as Edward says, Signs, brilliant. Really good. That was about crop circles, wasn't it? That was about crop circles. And I still say this, I know I'm away from my films, but I say, I've always questioned from a very young age, by the way. You know, going back to like teens, mid-teens. Who built the pyramids? Now, the carbon copies are 10,000 years. 10,000 years. You look at me like this, right? And I'm going to put my hands. Where am I? It's terrible, you know, the coordinate. Where am I? All right. Coordination is awful. Bear with me. Oh, for fuck's sake. All right, you see, like up here, look, that corner. And that corner over there. The coordination, this corner, oh, for fuck's sake. This corner there, it's terrible, you know. That corner there, and that corner up there, right? Where am I? That corner. That corner. Look at them corners, just the two corners. And when you get the pyramids going around, they're exactly the same height. And they can touch each other. If you got a ball of string and you went, they'd be exactly the way they are, like them two corners. And those stone figures on one of the islands, or Christmas Islands, is it, or Easter Islands? I forget what islands it's on. Those figures exactly the same, right around the earth. Think about that. Think about the one in Giza, the big pyramid, the main one, on the top, like it's supposed to come up, and the beam from Sirius, it's the top comes up, it's the top, and bounces right the way down to the Pharaoh's tomb. What else was there in the tomb? Two cats. Two cats. Do they know the origins of the cats? No. No, everything else. There was a sort of a totem pole found in the middle of Peru, in the jungle, where all these Nazca lines are around about. And when they got it, you know, they went, wow, what's this? You know, a totem. So they took samples of the metal, and the 68,000 types of whatever it is in the metal, and not one of those 68,000 elements was part of this totem. So they haven't a clue. How about that? There's too many mysteries. There are too many mysteries. And as I said, who built the pyramids? Not many alien invasion films come out of late, Frank. You're right there, Paul. They don't. You notice that. And you know, you've got to ask why. Did anybody ever see a film called? I think that she's always in those Resident Evil ones. That Jokovic, Milosevic, I don't know her name. She's a good actress, actually, and she was in a film called The Fourth Kind. The Fourth Kind. And they've actually got real film footage in the film. You see a cop, and he gets out of his car looking at this house. I'll just leave it at that. If you ever watched The Fourth Kind. Supposedly a true story as well. I'll just leave it at that. The Fourth Kind. And this footage of this cop, you know, the cameras inside, like the body cam things. Well, this is a car cam thing. She ain't getting no. Just leave it at that. Norman. Well, and Frank and chat. Well, and Norman. Paul saying that they live another good film, yeah. The main star in it was, I think that was his first film. He was an ex-wrestler. He's dead now, Roddy someone. But it was good. No, I like Richard Widmark, yeah. Did you know that he was married to the one woman all his life? Richard Widmark. Looked after. I watched the first episodes of The Brother. Spotless. But did you like it? It's no use saying you watched the first episode. Did you like it? The Brother, yeah. Did you like it? Is that it? You watched the first, nah, I'm not having one of them. You elaborate. Richard Dawkins, The Outsider was a great series. Thank God someone's saying so. Thank you. Thank you, Richard. Ozark, Edward says, was good with Bateman. It went on too long, though. The first series was brilliant. The opening episode was absolutely amazing of Ozark. Yeah. But it just went on too long, second series, I don't like anything like that. It's just the same story, regurgitated, recycled. Richard says, I'm watching a series now, science fiction, on ITVX called Fringe. To get that ITV, you've got to put in fucking passwords. It's really annoying trying to get these things. Oh, everything is free. And then passwords, emails. Fuck off. And Norman, sounds like a Chesty Croft, then, Frank. Get a whiskey in your cup of tea. Yeah. It's more than a whiskey. You get a bottle of whiskey. I think I must have caught something when I went up to the Aussie, on Thursday. I must have done. So that's the way I'm feeling, if you know what I mean. It's the red bear. What happened to you last night? It's talked all about the man, the moon. Everything went in. Everything went in. You left when you asked me did they land on the moon. I Frank out shopping with her. Who thinks money grows on trees? Yeah. My daughter does. Don't forget to like for her, Frank. See you the match reaction later on. That's nice. Thanks a lot, Redbird. See, he's gone again. He's gone again. Redbird. Are you talking about no. 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 I can't. God blimey. What is that girl's name? If someone can Google, because easily do it, I'm not the country, but Samson and Delilah, who started it, with Victor Mature, she was in it. So Google it. I'll tell you. I kick myself, I never forget it. One of my idols. The Redbirds, God blimey, they live as a must watch. She's dragging to another step. She's dragging me to another show. I love you, fellas. I'm not talking to one another. Joachim Phoenix, his IBR, was brilliant in I Walked Alone. Yeah, he sang. He actually sang it. He said, look, he said, I'm acting this fella. I'm acting the great Johnny. He said, let me cry into his voice. I walked alone. Yep. But the girl who got an Oscar, she didn't deserve that Oscar. I forget it. I was looking at another film, and the actress in that was absolutely amazing. And if anyone deserved an Oscar, it was this. I forget the film, forget the girl as well. Richard Dawkins, The Fourth Kind was good. Thank you, Richard. I'm glad you're there. You've watched that. Edward, just watched A Better Man. Just watched A Better Man about Robbie Williams in the pictures. Worth a watch. Says Edward. A Better Man with Robbie Williams. Is that the singer? I wouldn't watch it. I wouldn't watch him. He's a fucking right swat. I'm sorry to swear if there's any. Eddie Lamar. Told you a short name, wasn't it? Eddie. That's it. Eddie Lamar. Genius. Genius, that girl. I tell you who else was a genius. Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe was abused by everybody. Do you know he was a prick? I was watching him. Try and get onto this, by the way. Try and get onto it. And I always liked this fella, and I was watching it. And it's on YouTube, and it's called The Making of the Persuaders. You know, with Roger the Lodger and Tony Curtis. It's an insight. It's good. I sat there and watched it. Right through. The Making of the Persuaders. Tony Curtis and Roger Moore. Watch it. You get an insight into Tony Curtis. Just for interest. It's not a film, it's just the making of. But you get an insight into other people, like directors, assistant directors, and and you see Roger talking, you see Tony the Curtis talking. Watch Eddie Lamar. Loved it. And no, yeah, I liked it. Thank you. Spotless. Thank you. Found it. Do you know what? I made up you said that, Norman, because the brother, when he comes over, but it's good. It's tragic, isn't it, as well? But wait, just watch the series. Watch the full series. There's an Irish lad in it, an actor, and he's a great actor. He was in Downton Abbey, this fella. He's played the best villain I've ever seen since two other people. Ben Kingsley, who's played a villain, played a psycho. Ben Kingsley, you wouldn't think that, would you? Ben Kingsley, you know, come on, be playing a psycho. Oh, brilliant. I think it was called The Beast, but Ray Winston. Oh, unbelievable. And this Irish, and the other villain, Javier Bardem, in No Country for Old Men. Absolutely brilliant. But this Irish fella is like, what? Fantastic. And that's for you, Norman. Richard Hawkins says there was a TV series by Spielberg a few years ago that was good called Taken. Yeah. Was that like 400 or 600 or something like that? And Angela Lansbury. Yeah, she was in it as well, along with Eddie Lamar. She was in Samson and Delilah. Victor Mature. Great Victor. Do you know how old he was when he retired? He just stopped filming. He was only 42. And there was a film, and I always remember this, and it was on there. Do you ever remember what's his name? The Irish interviewer. Wogan. Was it Wogan? Yeah. And he was on Victor Mature with Sly Stallone, and they looked like each other. And they were doing a film, and Stallone was playing Victor Mature's son. It was about gangsters, about the mafia. And unfortunately, Mature died a few weeks later after that interview. Victor Mature couldn't finish the film. Could have got me, couldn't he? Died me here. I would have been Victor, playing Sly's son. Oh no, I'm going back years ago when I had black hair myself. And Richard says Eddie Lamar invented the Bluetooth and radar. That's how even these guys had missiles today through air and bench. And Richard says, well, Jamie Curtis says her dad was a prick when she was growing up. Yeah, just what? I'm glad you said that. Just watch this. Just watch it. Just watch it. Honestly, you'll get it. The making of The Persuaders. It's only on for an hour, I think. It is good. I was made up with it. I used to like The Persuaders, by the way. And I said, oh, they should have done another series. And I'll tell you why they never done one. And I think you'll understand, you know, when oh yeah, forgot about that. Going to watch more later, says Norman. Yes, that brother's brilliant, isn't it? But so they're all good, every one of them. But wait till you see the Irish fella, Norman, and you'll go, oh, used to be in Downton Abbey, this fella. Great country, no. Great film, No Country for Old Men, says Edward. It was Edward. Javier Bardem. What a villain. Woody Harrelson. And that, what's his name? I don't like the actor, actually. Josh. Josh. Yeah. Oh, no. Anyway, Richard Dawkins says, No Country, great film, and if you like that, you will like The Wind That Shook the Barley. Seen it? Fantastic. Yeah, no, I watched My Darling Clementine with Victor Mature over there Christmas. I never watched it, to be honest. Do you know what? I've got to get. Can I just get down to Edward? Ben Kingsley was in an episode of The Sopranos. That was fantastic. Where they got him in the lift, and they were trying to, the script, because they were writing about the mafia, weren't they? Christopher Soprano. And it was, what an actor Kingsley is. And they had him, didn't they, in the lift. And he has all the goodie bags and everything. They come out with all the goodie bags. Oh, so. IBR says, the guy in No Country for Old Men was chilling and one of the darkest characters I've seen. But have you watched Wolf Creek, Franco? That's the bad guy, is real dark. I hated that. He was horrible in. Australian thing. Horrible in. Horrible. If that's what I'm getting on IBR, Australian. Yeah. Yeah, Josh Brolin. Kathy Downs was in My Darling Clementine. Pretty lady, she dies at 50. Wow. Well, that's sad. Young deaths. But I've noticed all these deaths now. It's mostly drug related. They're all on drugs there. I was wondering if, could I ever become a drug addict? No. Hate anyone touching drugs. I always remember when I was at uni, not at uni, lecturing. And I think it was the principal who came up to me and said, hey, we've got a chap here talking to the students, the undergrads, about the drugs. And I said, what for? I said, what for? He said, the dangers of taking them. I said, oh. I said, I can tell them that. Don't have to have someone coming in. And he looked at me. I said, he's coming in to talk about the danger, an ex-drug addict. I said, did you ask him? Because I will. If you send him in to me, I'll ask him, do you ever think about the victims? where you got your money from, where you stole from. Do you ever think about them? If he comes into my tutorial, he went like that. But anyway, he sent him along, didn't he? Knocked on the door, and I looked, because you got them like panes of glass, you know. So I went, I won't pay me now. I said to me, Stuart, walked out. And he went to court. I said, hang on. I said, yeah, come down here. Brought him down the corridor. I said, you're not fucking going into my place, yeah. And he went, yeah. I said, you're not fucking going in anything. Oh, fuck off. I said, where's your victims? You want to talk about them? He said, what do you mean? I said, how did you get your money for drugs? Did you work? He was looking at me. He's younger than you, said. Stood no messing with these pricks. Because I knew a couple of them who left devastating people. I said, no, fuck off. Eight people like that. 8 drug abusers, 8 drunks. Drunks. You can't talk to people who are fucking drunk. 8 phonies. Sorry to leave on a note like this, but that's me. Just 8 phonies. People who try to make a living out of the misery of other people. Especially drug abusers. But that's me. Anyway, with me football, as you know, I've got a show. Someone said to me about the fantasy football. Still haven't done it. It's not my fault. It's Jason's fault. Anyway, they've asked me to. I said, is it too late? And can you show the prizes, please? I got told about them. I don't know who these fucking people are, to be honest. But anyway, just to remind people, for the fantasy football, you get the Mo Salah autographed Champions League final programme 2019 when we beat Spurs. And you can't get any better than Mo Salah's autograph, can you? Score on the first goal, set us on our way. And also the watch. The watch. The watch. Is that the right one? The watch. Perpetual motion. And it's expensive, actually. It's not like a fucking cheap thing. But these are for you. These are a little token, a thank you of me to you, because you're just so loyal. Even to Redbird, who's out with his wife. His wife spending all his money. So anyway, it's just for me to say thank you so much for joining me today. If the match is on tomorrow, I'll be doing a live pod about 7 o'clock. Post-match. As the Richard says, 50 is young, absolutely. I had black hair when I was 50. Black hair. Can you still see that? Even, do you know if I grow a beard? I'd be like a badger. I've got a black hair. Badger. Richard says, thanks, Frank. Thanks, chat. Everyone stay safe. I won't wish you well for tomorrow, but you probably don't need it. I will probably be crying at 6 p.m. tomorrow night. No, you won't. You'll be with us. We're the postman. You know, if you can join us. And Paul Turner. Thank you, Paul. Have a good day, Frank. Take care. Thank you. And just enjoy. Don't forget, try and get that hour. If you've got a spare little hour, search, about the Persuaders on YouTube. Watch Breakdown as well. It's a cracking film, And I don't like Kurt Russell. I don't like him. I don't know why I don't like him, but I just don't like him. And it's a good film, though. It's good. And The Outsider. And Spotless. Norman's loving it. Just for me to say thank you so much. See you some tomorrow anyway. Whether or not, okay. Thank you so much. Cheers. Enjoy your day.